What is going on, you guys? My name is Spydeco64, and welcome back to yet another NASCAR 1/64 scale diecast review. And we have a very unexpected diecast review. I was not expecting to do this review, well, at least today. I was thinking I was going to do this review on Monday, but no, rather instead, here it is. Here's the diecast itself. I think probably the most expensive diecast in terms of the Gold Series I think I've ever spent because of the damn tariffs and all that sort of stuff, but we're not here to talk about that. So let's go ahead and let's just jump into the diecast review. Here today, folks, we are going to be here today to have a look at Shane Van Gisbergen's number 97 WeatherTech Sonoma race win version. All right, so Van Gisbergen's Sonoma win, his second win in his NASCAR Xfinity Series career, is here. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump on to the diecast review. So starters, here is a quick look at the packaging. Nothing too different than normal. Okay, there you go. And here is a look at the diecast itself. Like I said before, we have right here Van Gisbergen's 97 Sonoma win. I don't know why I said that, but no, this is his WeatherTech win. Now, we have already taken a look at a WeatherTech car, this WeatherTech car in the Cup Series version. We've already had a look at the Standard Edition, but now we get to see it in the raced win version. So yeah, really cool looking right here, gotta say. So yeah, with that being said, let's just go ahead and have a closer look. So Van Gisbergen, of course, won his second career race at Sonoma, as Portland and Sonoma were back-to-back last season. That's not the case for this season, as Portland is much later in the schedule for some inexplicable reason. I think it's, it's basically on, it's going to be on the same day as, I think, the Cup Series when they go back to Darlington. So that's going to be really interesting and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so looking, of course, here at the diecast itself, one of the few things that I was really anticipating for this diecast was I was really interested to see the race win damage, because the Portland race win is an all-black car, matte black kind of car, but still you can really make out a lot of the race win damage. But of course, since this is technically a, you know, of course, a white version, a white car, I think you'll be able to see the race win damage a little bit more better. And I guess you can kind of see it, but this car isn't really too beat up. Well, I mean, it is clearly beat up, as of course you can see for this side. So yeah, but anyhow, but yeah, I really do like this paint scheme though. I still like the way that it came out. You know, I do have to say, I think I prefer the new one with Connor Zilic rather than this one. But that's just my opinion. So with that really kind of being said, let's just go ahead and have a quick look at the sponsors. On the windshield banner, you can see Xfinity. You can see it's kind of a little bit scratched out, looking pretty cool. You see it says Van Gisbergen. You got the windshield wiper, WeatherTech, WeatherTech.com. Here's the Chevy Camaro front nose, 97, Sonoma Colleague Racing. Sonoma, we'll go to this side since this is actually the cleanest part of the car. Goodyear, NASCAR Xfinity Series, Comic, Lincoln Welders. I don't know what that logo is. Arrowhead Bass, Sonoma Rookie of the Year. NASCAR Salutes, 97, Safety Culture, LA Golf, Elworth. SVG with the New Zealand flag, the race winner sticker. See some more contingencies right there on the B post, and then on the C post, you got Leaf Filter, Wendy's, WeatherTech, Quad Lock, Action Industries. You got Van Gisbergen, WeatherTech with the rookie stripes back there, Camaro 97. Same thing on the other side, and here's an underneath look of the car if you wanted to see that. But now let's go ahead and get into the race win damage. Now, what's funny is that this car, on the left side, it has a lot of race win damage. But then when you take a look the other side, it looks like it came out of the hauler. Or it looked like this, or this looks like a race, like a modern day NASCAR Cup race at Bristol Motor Speedway. which is kind of sad to say that. But anyways, though, let's go ahead and have a look at the race win damage. I already said this before, but the Xfinity logo is a bit scratched up. Also, you can see there's the logos there for the camera right there. So yeah, you can see some tips right there. I don't know what those are. Some yellow right there. That's someone, I'm not going to say it. But you can see here that the front end is pretty damaged up. You can see that they're trying to make the illusion that it was bent in. So you can see it's not perfectly lined up with the splitter. But yeah, of course, you could see nicely beat up right there. Got some more scratches right there. You can see the Goodyear logo on the wheel well is a little bit bent up. Because I think, yeah, he basically sent it in up into turns 2 or 3 against Austin Hill, and that was pretty funny to see. Van Gisbergen, yeah, Van Gisbergen this race completely adapted to stock car racing completely. Of course, you can see some tire donuts right here. Yeah, this is basically the most beat up looking of the car. Unlike with his Portland race win, he did kind of have to fight for this one, but not as too much as that one. Yeah, that car, it looked like it went through a freaking war zone. Of course, you can see more damage right here. Scrapes and bruises. See right here, a little bit more damage here and there. You can see some kind of tape right there. That's kind of weird. You see some more damage on the side here, looking pretty nice. Well, not too much. Yeah, this side is pretty clean, but of course you can see some there. And a little bit there on with the wheel well, but for the most part, it is a kind of basically an almost complete. I would say that comparing this to the Portland race win for Van Gisbergen, this one right here, I think is arguably, I'm going to say this, I think that this is maybe the worst of the two. And I can kind of maybe understand maybe why people may have skipped out on the Chicago race win for Xfinity, because I don't think that one has really any significant damage, if anything. And besides, it is on the WeatherTech scheme, so I don't know, a lot of people probably say it's probably nothing too different. But yeah. But there you go, guys. A little bit of a shorter review here today. I kind of was expecting this car to, I don't know, we're kind of a little bit in a slow kind of grind of cars. We're not supposed to get any new ones for a while now. Actually, I think Kyle Larson's Sonoma race one's coming out next week, so I'm gonna try to see if I can pick if I can pick that one up. But I'm kind of a little bit sort of focusing more towards the action figure stuff. But I'll try to fill in some of the gaps with these diecast reviews, so don't worry about that. But that's really all I have to say in regards to this race win. I will say actually a few things. Actually, I noticed this number is a little bit crooked. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I assume it is supposed to be like that since, yeah, it is the same on the other side. What was it? Someone on the Discord server yesterday, saw that Ty Majeski's, like, his Phoenix race win for the trucks was a little bit crooked, and he literally went on a big-ass rant saying, why the fuck can't Lionel get the fucking number straight and all that fucking stuff? Why can't these fuckers do anything wrong? Yeah, he sounds like Joey Logano. Yeah, but anyways, though, thank you all so much for watching this review. This is a little bit of a shorter one than normal. Thank you all again, like I said, so much for watching, and I will catch all of you in the next video.